What made you decide to run for Women's Officer?
Well, I think we're both really passionate advocates for women's rights generally, and it's a really big part of both of our lives. And we're both active parts of the network anyway, so I'm the disabled rep as part of the women's network already, and Anna does so much. I mean,
Thank you. Yeah, I've been involved in activism before, like outside of university, and I'm also a representative on the LGBTQ network, so I know what other liberations do too.
So I think we both wanted to apply that passion and that experience to the university to try and make, where we live and where we work better for women and all non-binary people and everyone really, because it has a knock-on effect,
Yes, so. Exactly. One of your policies is about hosting events focusing on increasing confidence in women and non-binary people. So tell me a little bit about what kind of events these would be.
Part of it anyway is to try and sort of increase the network's visibility around campus. So that was a big part with a campus-wide events. But something we really wanted to focus on is that we know that getting a job is becoming increasingly difficult, and especially I think with women and non-binary people, because they face discrimination that others don't. And so what we wanted to do was put on events that help with that. So events that help with writing your CV, and events that help with things like harassment in the workplace, how to deal with it, how to report it, and not just to put up with it. That part of our manifesto also relies on, people talking to us and saying, we need this to help us. But what we really want to do is just help women and non-binary people get to where they want to go in their career, or not even a career, a venture, anything, by giving them that confidence and feeling like they know what they need to do. And especially if they know what to do when it comes to something unfair happening to them that is to do with their gender. So yeah, that's what that was about. And I think I'm really passionate about that one. That's the thing that I really want to do.
Yeah. So you mentioned a little bit about increasing the visibility of network events. So it's kind of like a buzzword, increasing visibility, and anyone that's on any committee for any society knows that it can be quite a challenge to actually get people to come to stuff. So what's your kind of strategy to make that happen?
One of the things we really want to do is make it really clear as to when and where meetings are. Just so that people know where to look to find out that information, because I think that often just makes people worried about being going to a place if they don't know.
Yeah.
And we also really want to just host more events where people can meet each other as well, because again, I think increasing visibility, if you have a friend who's been to an event, they can tell you about it. It's about spreading it word of mouth.
And I think campus-wide events as well that aren't necessarily just network meetings, but things that just let people know about the activity that we are doing within the network. So events, about the issues that women and non-binary people face on a campus-wide scale, and those don't have to be, just kind of serious. They can, we really want to make this something that people feel like they can get involved in without having to dedicate their time to being sort of a full-on activist, because it's hard, it's not always easy to do that. And so and I think also part of that is making it accessible for people who, who maybe they're so busy, they have so many other things, and also people who are disabled or have other problems hindering them. So what we really want to do is just open it up to everyone campus-wide and host those events and, spread it by word of mouth and take it step by step, because there's no easy solution, but, we'll do our damn best.
Okay, so let's just imagine that you've won and you're the new women's officers. What's the first thing you'd do?
Hug each other, probably.
That's so wholesome.
We are pure. And then I don't know, I'd probably burst into tears.
Yeah, me too.
It's difficult. It's a lot. It's going to be a lot of work, and we're steeling ourselves for it, and we're really excited. But I think by that point the exhaustion will have set in, and we'll probably just be sobbing messes. But but the first thing that we do actively, is host a meeting and get new people to come along. I'm so excited about if we won our first network meeting. That would be a really big moment for us both, I think.
Okay, so starting to wrap up a bit now. What do you think the current women's officers have done well in their position?
We both agreed that the consent talks that they hosted for freshers were a really amazing thing to have done, and the fact that they had to combat a lot of really negative comments
about that. Yeah, no, it was really, really impressive. I'm really proud of them.
Great. Thank you very much for coming, and
Thank
best
you.
of luck.
Thank you.